Hello, I'm an independent day trader, meaning I don't have an affiliation with any major bank or any other financial institution for that matter. I just trade independently for myself, but I do have experience trading on all of our major platforms here in Canada. So what I'm going to do today is rate our different platforms and compare their strengths and weaknesses. Now I've chosen to compare our big five banks, RBC, TD, CIBC, BMO, and Scotiabank, because I've found that these are the best platforms we do have available. Now there are other smaller ones that may advertise 1 cent per stock trades or other great features, but in general I've found that over the long run, for the features you're getting and the fees you're paying for a larger portfolio, the big banks offer the best value. Now the first platform I'm going to talk about is Scotiabank's iTrade platform. This is definitely one of the best out there. There are many strengths and very few weaknesses with this platform, and it's definitely one of my favorites. Now, first of all, some of the strengths or advantages of Scotia iTrade. There are frequent free trade or cash reward benefits for as little as $15,000 deposited. Now, this is available not only to new clients, but also existing clients, and there's no limit to the number of times that you can claim this reward. So if you deposit $15,000, get some free trades, the next quarter they offer the same promotion again, you deposit another $15,000, you can still get the free trades again. Now the current promotion is $15,000 to $50,000, you get 50 free trades or $50 cash, all the way up to $1 million, you get 1,000 free trades and $1,000 cash. These promotions are very frequent. You'd be more likely to find a time when there is a promotion than when there isn't. And they do offer fairly good value. Now, $50 is not a huge amount. I don't go for the cash option though, I go for the free trade option, because if you look at 50 free trades, 50 trades at $10 each is $500. So for someone just starting out with a portfolio of, for example, $15,000, getting those 50 free trades or $500 in commissions free makes a significant difference. Secondly, the Flight Desk platform is by far the most comprehensive active trading platform out there, and you only need 30 trades per quarter for the premium version or 10 trades per quarter for the standard version to get that included free. That's much less than TD, for example, and the platform overall I think is much better. So I'll give you a quick preview. Now, I won't show you too much here because literally the possibilities are endless, but you can have quotes detailed with a watch list, all of your alerts, analytics, market depth, your charting, basically everything you could possibly want and more. And as you can see, I have many different tabs going, and I will probably add more as I go. There's so much to do. There's basically everything you could possibly think of and more, as I said. Now the next advantage is $4.99 trades with preferential IPO or new issues, and a dedicated relationship manager if you have $1 million in assets or complete 150 trades per quarter. And they're fairly lenient with this, so if you get close to 151 quarter and you don't quite make it, they'll still give you the benefits. These are fantastic benefits. The $4.99 trades are the lowest around, and getting preferential IPO or new issues can be very valuable for those stocks that everyone wants to get but can't get a hold of when they're in high demand before they're issued. Finally, there's easy instantaneous transfers between all accounts. So it's very simple and easy to transfer between your checking account to your TFSA or your RSP, and from your investing account to any other account as well. This is all done instantaneous, and unlike some other institutions, you don't have to call in. You can do all this online. So these are the strengths that I see with Scotia iTrade. Unfortunately, there are some weaknesses. One of the big ones is their research component. So it's fairly weak. Scotia's daily report, as you can see here, it's fairly minimal. Generally, they're just discussing commodity stocks, a lot of Latin American stocks, and there's not a lot of rating changes, price target changes, just very uneventful. Personally, not a fan. I look at it once in a while, but it doesn't really give me any concrete information that I do any kind of trading on. Now, in the market overview, they also have a section morning market comments, a little better, a little more detailed. So I'll give you today's example. They'll tell you some stocks to watch, give you all kinds of information on the market. Give you rates, commodity prices. This actually is useful for most traders. However, the problem is it's often released after market open in the morning, which if you are a trader who's doing trading every day, you need that information before the market opens. You have to know all the information before it's hit the market. After it's old news, it's no longer really relevant because you can no longer make any kind of profits trading on old news. The market's already taken that into account. So there's no point looking at news that's already happened. So the market comments after the fact aren't really relevant. Finally, over 6 years after their acquisition, Scotia and iTrade still have different websites, which is really annoying and confusing. So as you can see here with our iTrade website, completely different than our Scotia website. Personally, I don't really like the layout of either. There are others that I prefer, the research sections, that I prefer the analysts and all of the different options that they have on their site. But overall, even just the layout is not the most user-friendly. Next, I'm going to take a look at TD Bank. Now, the strength of TD Bank is definitely the research section. As you can see here, they have a great deal of research reports, both from TD and American sources. The American sources including the S&P and Argus. Some of the best ones are the morning action notes. That's TD's commentary on all of the stocks where they're making any kind of analyst change, whether it be a price target, rating change, or any kind of estimate change. And obviously they give all their reasoning, a little company snapshot, and company fundamentals. And this is a great report. I generally read this every morning before markets open. Also, they have monthly publications or quarterly publications, as well as all the same versions for the US side with the S&P and Argus. One caveat with all that though, they do have before the open section here, but as you can see, the last report was almost a week ago, and these, even when they are released, they're often released after market opens, so kind of defeats the purpose of a before the market opens section when it's released after market open. Another major advantage is their voice recognition. So for your identity, instead of having to verify by stating all of your personal information, which can get very long and tedious, they have voice recognition software and they can identify you by your voice, so there's no need to confirm any kind of personal information when you're calling in. Also, their active trader platform is the second best active trader platform after Scotia's Flight Desk. It's got everything you need, and it is free if you make 150 trades per quarter. Unfortunately, if you don't make that, then you do have to pay a monthly fee. And here's a quick preview of the active trader platform.
Again, you can have all your watch lists, create as many as you want, show your account information, index views, etc. Charting, option change, all of that information. But of course, it's nowhere near as thorough as Scotia's. Now on to the weaknesses. If you do not do 150 trades per quarter, so if you're not an active trader, your fees go from $7 to $9.99 per trade. And if you do want to use the active trader platform, you have to pay a monthly fee. Now on to the weaknesses. For TD, if you do not do 150 trades per quarter, your trading fees go from $7 to $9.99 per trade, and you have to pay a monthly fee if you want to use the active trader platform. Now this is a difficult criteria to meet even for an active trader, and one of the major concerns that I encountered was this is on a rollover basis. So with Scotia, for example, if the quarter is January through March, you have to do 150 trades in January, February, and March combined. With TD, it's on a rollover basis. So January, February, and March, you have to do 150 trades. Then February, March, April, you have to have 150 trades. Then March, April, May, you have to have 150 trades. So if you have 1 month where you don't do a lot of trading for whatever reason, very easy to go under the 150 trades, and they are not lenient at all. I had 1 month after several years of active trading where I went under the 150 trades, and no exceptions, no questions asked. They raised my fees and started hitting me with the active trader fees. Not great customer loyalty here, no matter how long you've been a customer, how much you've been paying in commissions. The second you don't reach the 150 trades, they start hitting you with the higher commissions and the monthly active trader fee. I was not too pleased because this did happen to me. I called in, I emailed, I tried to see if they could help me in any way, at least give me a little bit of grace on that, but no luck whatsoever. They were very stern and very strict in their regulations, and as I said, go under for 1 month and all of a sudden they start hitting you with the fees. So not great customer loyalty there. Other problems with the active trader platform are you can't transfer money between your investing accounts and other accounts. So if you want to transfer money, for example, from your investing account to your checking to pay a bill, you can't do that. You have to call in, and often the people who have to do this aren't available, so you either have to wait or call back the next day. So this is very tedious. Also, you can't trade on their website, do the normal trading, or on the mobile app. You have to do it with a Windows computer and the active trader program downloaded. There is an online site where you can do some trading, but it's not very user friendly. Finally, their account balances and holdings are not updated intraday, so you can't see if you just made a trade, how much you paid for it, what the total cost was, or you can't see that position in your account. You also can't see the total value of all your equity positions in your account balance. This is a small nuance, but it can be a bit annoying. Sometimes you want to see what your current portfolio value is intraday, or you want to see what your holdings are intraday. Next, I'm going to take a look at CIBC. Now, CIBC's strengths are that they offer $6.95 per trade, no matter how many trades you do or what your balance is. This is the best flat rate around. So if you're just getting into equity trading, this is your best option. You don't need a lot of money, and they will offer you their best rate right off the bat. Also, the same $6.95 fee applies to option exercises. So if one of your options is exercised, for example, a covered call is exercised and your stock is taken away from you, you only pay the $6.95, whereas most other institutions will charge you between $43 and $50 or more to exercise that option. Why? I don't know. It's an absolutely absurd amount, but CIBC fortunately has a much lower fee. Also, they have instant updates to your transactions and account balances. So you make a trade, you can instantly see it in your account balance, and you can see the transaction with your cost. There are 2,000 commission-free ETFs, which is by far the best in the industry. Scotia, as a comparison, advertises 50 ETFs without commissions, and they are the next most, whereas most of the other institutions will not offer any free ETFs at all. Finally, they have a strong research section, which I'll give you a quick example of. I like CIBC's breakdown here, where they show the different sectors in both the US and Canada and their performance over 1 month, 3 months, and a year. This is a nice little feature that I haven't seen on any other site, and it's just part of their regular stock center. Also, they have a fair amount of research, weekly, monthly, your daily upgrades and downgrades. Not quite on par with TD, but I would say probably a close second. The best one that I enjoy is their bi-monthly review, and this includes all sectors. As you can see, basically everything that trades on the TSX, and the stocks they cover. There's a massive list here. So if you want an opinion on any of these stocks, CIBC is going to give you an update every 2 months. TD does a similar review every 3 months, and those are the only two that do such a thorough analysis of all the stocks. So those are their main strengths. However, there are several weaknesses as well. You need to call in to do any uncovered option trading. So if you're trying to do uncovered calls, or you're trying to sell a put, or anything along those lines, you have to call in no matter what level of option trading you're approved for. This basically makes option trading not a valid option here unless you're just doing simple covered calls or buying a call, buying a put, and then selling it. It's very annoying. I've tried to do some option trading with them, and it's literally impossible. You cannot call in, put in a bid or an ask price, not get a fill, ask them to change it, not get a fill, ask them to change it again. Just the thought is baffling how they could have this as an option. They really need to fix this because option trading is just absurd with CIBC. Another weakness that is very annoying is you can't change the website settings, so you're logged out constantly if you're using another web tab or a program. So with CIBC, you could be checking another site, BNN, another banking site, whatever it might be, in the morning, and all of a sudden you go back to make a trade with CIBC and you're logged out. Very annoying. I wish you could change your settings here. As with all of our banks other than Scotia and TD, unfortunately there is no active trader platform, so you have to go through their site or their mobile app to do your trading. This is what it looks like. A little bit of an annoyance if you are an active trader and do many trades in a day or need to make a trade in an instantaneous second. So unfortunately, this is a bit tedious for the active trader. Next, I'm going to take a look at Bank of Montreal's InvestorLine. Now, the strengths here are simple drop-down menus that make it very easy to navigate wherever you need to go. Also, the portfolio views show you your breakdowns of unrealized gains and losses in both dollar and percentage amounts. Also, there are portfolio tools that show your asset allocation to different assets as well as individual equities. So it'll show you what percentage of your portfolio is in cash, what percentage is in each equity you own, and so on. It will also show you your performance annually over time, as well as breakdowns in shorter time frames. If you are a 5-star member, you can get the benefit of lower margin rates. So if you are an active trader, you can actually get much better margin rates than you would with other institutions. However, it is very simplistic. You can't even open a new window or new tab. And this is a bit annoying if you want to do multiple things at a time. Today's day and age, we're all multitaskers, so we may want to do some research while we have a trading tab open, ready to capitalize on our research. That ties into a very weak research section. You can't even access BMO's own research unless you are one of their 5-star members. So here's their research section, absolutely awful. All they have are Morningstar's picks. And as I said, you can't even get BMO's own research. To get the 5-star benefits, you require $250,000 for the lowest silver level and $10 million or 150 trades per quarter for the highest platinum level. And the benefits you get for this are simple things such as access to level 2 quotes and BMO's market research. Those standards are much too high to get features that you can get from other institutions for just having your account there.
And finally, the last brokerage that I'm going to take a look at is RBC. Now, RBC has a couple of unique offerings. The first one being their equity grids that they will send out to their clients. These show their focus list or their primary recommendations, and they're broken down into each sector. It also shows the sector allocations on the S&P TSX. So if you'd like, you can adjust your weightings proportionally to what the S&P TSX weights those sectors. It also offers alternatives for smaller positions in your portfolio if you want to take on a bit more risk. Secondly, there's a great community unlike any other institution, and this allows you to set goals, try to meet challenges, and compare yourself to other investors. This is something that's very unique, and there isn't anything else like it in Canada. It's a great way to connect with other investors, to share ideas, to compare yourself to others, and to learn more about investing. Now, on to the weaknesses. RBC is the only bank with no perks whatsoever. So other than getting $6.95 trades if you do 150 per quarter, there are no other perks no matter how much money or how many trades that you do. This is unfortunate. Being Canada's largest bank, there should be some kind of reward for their customer loyalty. Another major weakness is their equity grids don't really change significantly and are heavily correlated to the indices. So if you want to follow their focus lists, you're basically going to perform similar to the index. So you're just going to be mirroring the index performance for the most part. So in summary now, what do I recommend for the retail investor? Well, first of all, if you don't do a lot of trading, have a smaller account balance, and trade a lot of ETFs, then the choice is clearly CIBC. You will save lots of money on commissions and have a lot of free trades with the ETFs. And this also offers you everything that you need for a small retail investor. Another option here would also be Bank of Montreal. The web page is very easy to navigate, and the portfolio breakdowns are a nice addition for the less experienced investors. Now, if you want to learn by sharing with others interacting, setting goals, trying to meet challenges, then RBC would be the option for you. As I mentioned, it's very unique in some of its offerings and is much more interactive than any of the other brokerages. And finally, if you're an active trader like myself, your preference would have to be Scotia iTrade. If you trade frequently, including options, new IPOs, new issues, this choice is an obvious one because not only do they give you low fees, but you also have great resources, a great active trading platform in Flight Desk, and everything you could possibly want. As a side note with that though, TD offers similar options in their active trader platform, a slightly better research component, and a lot of the same perks. Personally, if you have the money, I would recommend having a bit at multiple different brokerage accounts to take advantage of their different strengths and to avoid their weaknesses. Thank you for listening. I hope this was informative for you and that you were able to learn a little bit more about the different brokerage offerings to help you make a decision. Please follow us at Daytrade Canada on Twitter. You can also visit the website. There's a link there, as well as on my channel on YouTube. Happy trading.